What's up, my dudes? We got the YZ85 on MX Simulator. What, Spencer? You know there's not 85s in MX Simulator. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know. Damn, sorry. Not that I played this game at all or anything. Obviously, there's not 85s in MX Simulator. This is sort of something I have created and developed in the game here to try to replicate an 85. Just how when I go in there and make a video on a 500 in MX Simulator, there's not actually 500s in the game either. So it's kind of the same difference, but with the 85, what I do is I go in there and I pick a 125 that is not the RM, which pretty much every single person rides an RM now on MX Simulator, and they have forever because the RM 125 dyno is the basically levels above every single other RM in the game power-wise, so everybody's kind of used to that normal RM 125 power, right? So what I do is I go in here and I pick a bike that's not the RM, so it's already sort of cut down on power a little bit, and on top of that I go in there and I make the gearing maximum acceleration, which pretty much nobody ever does on a 125 either, because a 125 is already pretty hot on the gear shifting. You know, you're already shifting pretty fast as it is, so pretty much nobody's going to be having maximum acceleration gearing on a 125, or you're not really going to be able to go anywhere on it, you know. Most people, I would say, they've got it a lot closer to stock or, you know, something like that on their 125 gearing to try to get more top-end power out of it. So doing that combination of stuff, it actually makes what you think an 85 would be in MX Simulator. Even though it's just a 125, if you're used to riding an RM 125 with normal gearing, and then you go in here to like the YZ 125 with maximum acceleration gearing, it really does give you the feeling like you're on some sort of 85 or something like that. So that's what I talk about whenever I say, oh, I'm on an 85 in MX Simulator. It's not literally, it's my sort of concocted 85, if you will, you know. That's basically what it is here. And it's what's funny about it is whenever you get on the bike, it's like the jumps that you can hit with it is what you think you would be able to hit with an 85. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird that I'm like actually realizing that now, but it really is like that. Like, for instance, a lot of these tabletops on Redbuddd right here, Redbuddd, Red Rum, you can actually not really jump them very good, especially if you're taking like up the inside and stuff like that. You can't really even jump them all the way. So, or you're going to have to be in like 7th gear like this right here to be able to hit it. So it's a very interesting little way to play MX Simulator. It's just something that I've found to be pretty cool. And obviously you're not going to be able to hit the Rocco's Leap with this. So, you can get to about right there on it, and then that's pretty much all you can do on that. So, yeah, I mean, I recommend some of you guys that haven't tried this before, definitely do it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're used to the normal RM 125 with normal gearing, or you're used to a 450 or something, you'll hop on this and you'll be like, damn, this really does. It kind of feels like what maybe a Super Mini would feel like, you know, like a souped up 85. Obviously, it's not like what a true 85 would really feel like, but it's pretty damn close, man, for not even actually being an 85. I mean, just even being able to do that is kind of crazy, you know? Even being able to get it anywhere remotely close is crazy. Whoa, had a little swap right there. And that's the same way with the 500 in the game that's not actually a 500. Basically what you do with that is you put it on a slow 450 dyno that nobody's used to in the game, and what it does is and the fact that they actually have 500 sounds on that bike, you can hop on that and it feels like it's not really as fast as a 450, but you have the 500 sounds on it, so it like tricks your mind into thinking that you're actually on a 500 even though you're not. Well, that's kind of the same thing that you do with the 85 thing here. It's like going in here making this max acceleration, you have to shift super fast, and having it on something that's not the RM makes it where you can't quite jump the same stuff that you would be on the the normal RM125, so then it really does feel like in souped up 85, super mini, something like that. So yeah, I want to make this into a bit of a series, actually going on to hearing some different tracks and stuff and trying out my sort of quote-unquote 85 that I've created here and see what all kind of jumps and stuff I can hit with it. I think it's just something fun and different. You guys know I'm always coming up with crazy series for MX Simulator and stuff like that. So yeah, this bike's kind of funny. Like, if you will just hold the gas on around the outside like you would with an 85, you can actually get around the track pretty decently. But if you go up the inside on something, it's like the bike will come to almost a complete stop and then have to rotate, and you know, you kind of got to like carve the corner out that way, and it just works a lot better with this bike when you're just wide open around the outside. You know, 5th, 6th gear, kind of never getting out of those gears there. So yeah, it's an interesting thing to do when you're really used to riding on like a fast 450 or the other 125 or something, because it's funny being on something this slow and having to like keep it in a higher gear than you normally would have to and all that kind of stuff. It's interesting. This will definitely teach you how to shift. I know that for sure. There's no doubt about that. You got to shift all the time with this bike. So yeah. Oh, okie dokie. So I've made like one of these videos, I think, in the past. I think that's all I've actually done on the 85 and MX Simulator kind of thing before. But like I said, I really did want to turn it into more of a bigger series, and I'm going to get back into all those other crazy series that I used to do on MX Simulator. You know, the one-handed, the no brakes, the first gear only, right? The first laps, the riding the track backwards, I mean, the list just goes on and on and on the series that I've came up with that I've never really seen a lot of people do in this game. And this 85 in MX Simulator type of thing is just another one of those crazy weird things that I really want to get into and kind of turn into something that I do. So yeah, it's fun, man, for sure. Let's see. So you got to be basically full blast on that. And then you come around this roughness. If you'll hold it wide open, you can hook this little double just barely. That little big, humongous, tiny double, you know what I'm saying, Di? Okay, now I'm jacked that up quite a bit. But if you'll keep it in 6th gear over that, you can jump up over that. And you can land on the top of that tabletop. You can't really get like all the way like you would on a 450, but you can land up on the top of it for sure. I don't know, man. To me, it's fun to do stuff like this in MX Simulator. You know, you get so caught up either in the pro racing or doing this or doing that. It's cool to be able to come up with different stuff that a lot of people haven't really done yet in the game, and it'll be really interesting if JLV ever actually adds a real 85 to the game. Then that'll be a whole thing in itself. But until then, we got the Spencer Turley jerry-rigged 85, you know what I'm saying, Doc? Got it going on here, dude. So like that tabletop's a lot harder to hit on this bike. You can kind of carry your speed around the outside. It's a very kind of bizarre feeling thing to be on a bike where you're like max 6th gear wide open, you know, from the start of the corner to the actual end of the corner. And the handling is obviously going to be a little different on the YZ125 dyno versus the RM125 dyno. So kind of having to get used to that just a little bit. But yeah, like all the jumps that I'm hitting here, they're jumps that you would think you could hit in real life on an 85. And the jumps that I'm not hitting are the jumps that you wouldn't think you could hit in real life on an 85. So it's like the speed of it and the way the gearing is and all that makes it to where you're actually hitting like realistic 85 sized jumps and stuff. Like if I went in there and made something like I don't know, 85 custom track that was only built for 85s or whatever, and I thought I had the scaling on that like perfect, well, this bike would be able to hit all that like it was a normal 450 on a normal track, right? So like it seems to me like when you compare the speed of this exact bike setup here, it's like how an 85 or a super mini would be in MX Simulator. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that you can get it that close. You wouldn't be able to do it if the RM125 wasn't that much more powerful than all the other 125 dynos like it is. You know, it's so much more powerful that just everybody uses the RM125. I mean, every single person. It's not even close. It's not even like up for debate. You know, the RM's almost like a 250F in this game. So it is the fastest without a doubt. So that makes it to where our brains get so accustomed to the way that feels and the speed of that. So going to a different one, and then on top of that, going to basically maximum acceleration gearing where you've got just all bottom end power, not a whole lot of top end at all. It really does give you the illusion that you're on an 85 ski here, bro. So either way, man, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing some more of these in the future. Let's see if we can hit this triple. 6 gear. Ooh, coming up short. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see if we can go around this corner. I want to try to hit this corner up here really, really fast. See if we can do it. Ooh, too much speed, dude. Too much speed. Can't get her cornered, but either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.